So Bitcoin is back under $50,000, and in this video we are going to look at how the billionaires in this world are using their social media influence and following with tens of millions of followers to really have an effect on these markets, and why I think all of this is just coordinated FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It is a shakeout attempt. There's a lot of manipulation going on. So we're going to look at all of that and why I think this is not the end of the bull run, and why I think we actually have the largest part of this bull run cycle, the largest part of the gains still to come. What's up guys, Dirk here from IntelligentCryptocurrency.com. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell after you do so that you do get future updates. And if you want me to send you an email every time I upload a new video, first link in the description below, sign up for my crypto masterclass, and then you get on my email list so I can notify you that way. Before we get into today's content, I just want to let you know this is the last chance to be able to join my Intelligent Cryptocurrency membership, because I am closing the doors to new members tonight at midnight Eastern time. So that's Friday the 14th of May at midnight Eastern time. I'm going to be closing the doors to new members, and I won't be taking on any new members for the rest of this bull run. I've explained why I'm doing this in previous videos. Basically, we're progressing in the cycle. I want to focus on helping existing members, help them as much as possible to increase their chances to be able to make profits and to avoid, taking on all the newbies that are almost certainly going to be coming in towards the end of the cycle and wanting to get involved in crypto right at the very top. So by closing the doors, hopefully I can get that chance to be able to just help all the existing members. That means there's still time until midnight tonight for you to join and be part of the group, get access to my newsletters, my research, my Discord chat group, my own buy and sell movements, my own portfolio holdings, and my real-time updates when I'm personally going to be exiting the market too. So if you still want to get in, it's the second link in the description below. You can go there, you can sign up. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to you. You can sign up. If for whatever reason you're not happy, let me know within the first 60 days. You can get your money back in full. But if you wait until after midnight, the doors are going to be closed and you're not going to be able to get in anymore. So second link in the description below. Alright, so let's look at the Bitcoin chart first and what's happening, and then we're going to address all this FUD, this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, what has been happening in pretty much the last 72 hours, how it just seems like a massive coordinated attempt to really just, manipulate the markets and what is going on over here. So you can see we're back at almost $50,000. So this is the daily chart of Bitcoin. You can see 2 days ago we had this huge sell-off over here where we went from pretty much 52,500 to 46,000. That is a big drop, over $6,000 in a day. And then we had an even further drop and we went even below the previous lows here, below this 47,000. We had a little poke below it and we pulled back up, and now we're back at 50K. So there's a couple of things here before we even get into all the FUD and the events and that kind of stuff. If you're looking purely at the chart, what we can see here is that we had multiple attempts to break this 59,600, and you can see it's pretty strong resistance. How many times it tried here, how many times it tried here. It got above it for a little bit, was some support there, dropped back down below it, and then it tried multiple days to get above it. It didn't, right? So that already put the trend in a weak spot, meaning that just technically, without even knowing what was going to happen, what kind of news was going to come out or anything like that, the fact that it tried so much to get above here and it failed so many times set it up for another test of these lows. And that is pretty much so far exactly what it's done. It not only retested it, it went slightly below it. And the reason why that happens a lot of the time is because after a dump like this, where we went from 65K to 47K, well, people who started buying here and on the way up, they would have bought with leverage positions and put their stops maybe at the previous lows or even just below it. So by having another retest of those lows and actually slightly below it, it would actually just liquidate anyone who took a leverage long position over here and had a stop at or slightly below the previous low, which is obviously, this happens in this game. There's a lot of players who play with leverage on exchanges, and sometimes very high leverage with large amounts. And of course, bulls make money, bears make money, but the person who always makes money is the exchanges, because they always win on fees, right? So the more liquidations there are, the more profitable it is. The more trading there is, the more positions that are open and closed, the more profitable it becomes for the exchanges. So there's a lot of games being played on a high level a lot of, you can just call it whales or manipulation, whatever the case is, where there's just this constant battle of longs and shorts and liquidations to be able to make as much profit for the big players as possible. So before we move on to the other stuff, just real quick on the chart too, one thing I do like to look at is the various EMA, the exponential moving averages. So the blue one was the 50, and you can see for most of the bull run since October last year, we managed to stay above it. We tested it, we tested it, we tested it, and then we broke below it. And now we've broken below it. It doesn't mean the bull run is over, not at all. Of course, it would have been nice to continue holding it and just go parabolic from here, but that was not the case. But just because it is now still below it, does not yet mean the trend technically is in a bear market. I would say that as long as we are trading above the 200 exponential moving average, that this trend is still very much in a bull run. And if we do continue to drop further, which is completely a possibility, it is still possible that we test the low 40,000s. But what I think is still a possibility here, that is the previous high over here. You can see on the 8th of January, that's around that level, and the 200 exponential moving average, which is actually at this point in time exactly at that same level. So worst case, line in the sand, I think that this should hold as a final support for the bull market. If we break down below this 200 moving average, then I think we are going to be in trouble. And obviously we'd have to see for a confirmation, right? Because sometimes it does spike below it, like you can see over here, a little bit, and then it pulls up. But that is something that I'm watching. If we get below there, well, then it's really time to consider and ask ourselves, you know, is this bull run over? But as long as we are above that, even if we don't touch it, it's not to say that we are actually going to touch it. We might not go that low. We might already have the low already set here. Now at about 46,000. What was that low? Yeah, 46,000. So that might already be the low. But worst case, you know, if it drops to here, it's still not an issue. If it finds support there, and there's still so many different options, right? So whether we go up from here or whether we go down a little bit here and then we start to build up towards a bigger run towards the end of the year, that is still a possibility. And what I like to see here is, because we've had this drop now and this sideways trading and this consolidation, in my opinion, it really does increase the chance of this bull run continuing till the end of the year. Because if this would have continued in one straight line, you know, and go up to 80, 90, $100,000 in May or June without correction or consolidation, it would really increase the chance that we would top and have a end to the cycle much sooner. But now this doesn't look like a blow off top at all. Okay, this doesn't look like the end of the cycle to me. This looks like just a consolidation over here, building a plateau, waiting for the next move up. And the 4-year cycles are pretty much set to end at the end of the year. It was the peak was in November 2013, then it was in December 2017. So if the 4-year cycle is repeating, this should still continue until the end of the year. And because we've had this correction and this drop right now, and everybody's scared, there's a lot of fear in the market, there's a lot of people saying, hey, this is over. That is exactly the time, you know, when people get shaken out, they sell because they think they're in a new bear market. They think the bull market is over. They sell, maybe they even take a loss, and then, you know, within a few weeks or maybe even a couple months, the price goes right back up and we're at new highs at the end of the year. I think that is a very possible scenario. So let's try and break down exactly what happened. So on this drop, and keep in mind, I've just explained to you already, technically at this point we were already very weak. So it's not like we were in a healthy market that was going up. We were at a point where we had failed to break through this resistance multiple times. So technically, pretty much anything at that point, a sell order or something like a whale dumping or something like that could cause this. And obviously, there was a number of really big events that happened at that time, which kind of caused the dump. So basically, one of the first things that happened is there was this whole trend with what we call shit coins, meme coins, basically clones of Doge, people making dog type coins, right? We have Dogecoin, and then they made SHIB coin and all these different ones, right? So basically SHIB, SHIB, was a coin that was supposed to be this fork or clone of Doge. And what happened? It pumped like crazy. It got listed on 3 big exchanges, I think on Binance, FTX, and KuCoin, if I'm not mistaken. And then it just went crazy. Like, it really pumped. And then all of a sudden, Vitalik BULLRUN, founder of ETH, he basically had half the supply of the SHIB tokens, and he removed the liquidity from the Uniswap pools, basically reducing the liquidity, crashing the market. And basically what happened at that point is, you can see over here, all these meme coins, they dropped massively, you know, like 94%, 91%, 84, 77, 70%, all in a single day when that happened. And that just really put a lot of sell pressure also on the rest of the market. You can see basically here what happened is he removed the liquidity. Then what also happened on the same day is that Elon Musk put out a tweet. So $365 billion wiped off cryptocurrency market after Tesla stops car purchases with Bitcoin. So what happened is that Elon Musk, the famous Twitter persona that he is, right, talking about the Dogecoin and Bitcoin, and you know, he has more than 50 million followers, obviously one of the richest people in the world, so he has all this influence. And whenever he says something, you know, there's a lot of people that make decisions based on that, and probably also a lot of even bots that would trade based on whatever he's putting out there. So a couple months ago, he said he was getting into Bitcoin, Tesla had purchased Bitcoin, etc., etc., etc. And then on this fateful day, he puts out Tesla suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. This was after he announced he would accept Bitcoin for Tesla. And the excuse that he says is, we are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions for any fuel. Obviously, this is complete nonsense. I mean, anyone can just see he's being ridiculous here, because either he's completely stupid that he only found this out now after he'd already purchased it, which obviously he isn't, right? So this is obviously just a blatant, I don't know, whatever it is, a joke or a troll or whatever, right? Like, if he was serious about this becoming an issue for Bitcoin mining with Bitcoin, why would Tesla have bought it? Why would he be tweeting about it in the first place? He goes and tweets this after he bought it, after his position is massively up already from when he bought it, right? I mean, look at that. So obviously this has a huge influence on the market. But again, at the same time, we were saying the market was technically weak. Then we had Vitalik with him removing the liquidity of SHIB and taking down all those meme coins. Then add some more fuel to the fire. Elon Musk puts out a tweet like this, and this all just the sell pressure plus whoever, like the big whales or the manipulators or whatever, maybe dumping positions, and this all just creates a massive sell-off in the crypto market. Obviously, Elon Musk already knows about this. Look at this on the 21st of April. Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter, he already knew about this. Bitcoin incentivizes renewable energy. Elon Musk even said it's true. You can see over here, obviously, Elon Musk with Tesla, they're looking for entry into US renewable fuel market. So he obviously has his solar powers and his battery and his Tesla stuff. So I don't know what kind of games he's trying to play here, but obviously he has a very vested interest in energy and solar power and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if this is some big agenda play for him to get into the energy market or whatever it is. But basically, anyway, it's all pretty irrelevant in my opinion. And then the third thing that happened on this exact same day, right, yesterday also, the cryptocurrency exchange Binance is said to face investigations from the Justice Department and IRS. Again, this just went around on social media and articles about it and all this kind of stuff. So that was also complete FUD, because if you look at CZ, the CEO of Binance, he says the news title is bad. The article itself isn't so bad actually, but who reads, it's described that how Binance collaborated with law enforcement agencies to fight bad players, but somehow made it look like the bad thing. Anyway, back to work. So you have these three huge coordinated events within 48 hours. Who knows if they're coordinated, but I mean, put two and two together. What are the chances of three big events that are all so negative for the markets, that are all completely actually false? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? The energy thing from Elon makes absolutely no sense. The scare about Binance is also completely misleading. And then we have Vitalik with his dog tokens that he removed the liquidity from. I mean, the whole meme token thing was also, who knows what's going in there. I mean, the chance that it pumps so much and gets listed on 3 exchanges, huge exchanges, while there's lots of good projects that haven't been listed on those exchanges. So in my opinion, all of this just comes together as a big, who knows, kind of coordinated, very unlikely coincidence when the market was already technically weak to help dump the market. And again, this creates so much fear and panic People react to this emotionally. They panic sell their Bitcoin, they panic sell their cryptocurrencies, they get out of the market. And in my opinion, I think there's a good chance, a couple of weeks from now, a couple of months from now, we're going to be back at the old highs, maybe even at new all-time highs. And just look at this. While all of this was happening, Microstrategy, Michael Saylor, announced that they bought an additional $15 million in Bitcoin. So while all this fear and uncertainty and doubt was happening and the market was crashing, they are buying. So again, you have to understand this market. There are a lot of big players in it, and there's a lot of manipulation in the media, on social media, people using their influence for all sorts of things. So again, you want to try and see the big picture and not react emotionally to whatever is happening. Plan B at $100 trillion on Twitter. He's been sharing this stock to flow model for a long time for Bitcoin. We can open it up here. And it's still absolutely perfectly on track. And what he's saying is it might actually be a potential repeat of the 2013 cycle, which went up, it pulled back a little bit in the middle of the year, and then moved higher. I actually made a video about this with a potential top scenario to mimic the 2013 cycle, where we would top maybe in May or June this year, followed by a few months of correction, sideways action, with a higher high and a complete top to the bull run at the end of the year. I will link to that up here or in the description below if you haven't seen that yet. So according to the stock to flow model, so far we are still on track, and there's still perfectly time within the cycle for us to make new highs and have a blow off top. We'll see more egomaniacal, wheezing people like Elon make false claims, but it won't stop BTC. Max Keiser has made some really accurate, good calls on Bitcoin. His target is still $220,000. So guys, while I can't guarantee anything, I can't see the future, I'm not a financial advisor, I can tell you based on what I'm seeing in these charts and how I understand how these market manipulations work and how these shakeouts work. Personally, I am not concerned that the bull run is over. I think the bull run is still in full force. Like I said, on the Bitcoin chart, as long as we're above the 200 exponential moving average on the daily, I think there's nothing to be concerned about. And I think within the time cycle, we still have a lot of time left before that cycle could be over, and for us to potentially move a lot higher and still have the blow off phase that a lot of people like Max Keiser and Plan B and a lot of people are predicting for this bull run. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Is the bull run over? Are we done now? Or are we going a lot higher? Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And again, before I wrap this up, final reminder, I am closing the doors to my Intelligent Cryptocurrency program tonight at midnight Eastern time. So there's probably less than 24 hours from me publishing this video before those doors close. Again, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to sign up. You can go through everything. You get access to everything, the newsletters, the tutorials, the courses. You get access to the Discord group, all my own personal portfolio holdings, my buy and sell movements, everything that is part of the program, risk-free for 60 days. If you don't like it or you're not happy with it, let me know. You get your money back in full. But if you wait until after midnight and the doors are closed, you're not going to be able to join. So I'm probably not going to open the doors for Intelligent Cryptocurrency to new members probably until sometime next year once again. So if you want to join us, I think it is the best chance you have to be able to navigate this bull run, to increase your success, to be around like-minded people, to get support and guidance and insights. It's really pretty much a no-brainer, especially since it's risk-free. Second link in the description below. You can see all the details, see the member testimonials, and you can sign up to become a member, but the doors will close at midnight tonight. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.